She was a young girl who enjoyed learning new and interesting things. She lived with Aunt Rose, who was very smart. The village they were in was beautiful and close to a huge forest. When she was looking around the town, she saw the huge forest. Although she had a strong desire to go to the forest, her aunt refused to permit it. This time, she was determined to go there. She went straight to the forest without any hesitation. Although she was curious about the things in the forest, she never thought of getting lost. After some time, she wanted to go back home as she remembered her aunt. She was feeling really scared because she couldn't remember the way back home. It was already evening. She saw something that was sparkling. She went towards that light. She saw a small broken mirror. She took it, then she saw something was written on it. It said, "Close your eyes and think a place you want to go." So she closed her eyes and think of a dinosaur world. As she thought it was a joke, she couldn't believe her eyes when she opened them, because she wasn't in the forest. There were no any houses and anything. She thought she was dreaming. She heard a loud noise from the sky. When she looked at the sky, she saw a big bird, but like a reptile. When she looked back, she saw a lizard, but like a fish. She had never seen such beautiful creatures. She immediately understood that she was in the dinosaur world. She thought, what a beautiful dream! She saw many dinosaurs. Some were very big, some had a very long neck, and also some were hunting small animals. While seeing the beauty of the nature, she ran further and further. She stopped running when she saw some animals but like humans. They were coming outside a cave. She was like, "Are they ancient humans? Wow!" Suddenly, she heard a loud noise from behind. When she looked what it was, she saw a giant dinosaur coming towards her. She immediately closed her eyes, and then the noise had stopped. She opened her eyes. She was in her bed. Oh, it was really a dream. That was really nice. Her happiness was overwhelming. She immediately went to her aunt and started to talk about what she saw in her dream. She was curious about the existence of the animals she saw in her dream. "Aunt Rose, do you know what those dinosaurs that had a long neck? How could those giant dinosaurs hold their necks? Were they a type of giraffes?" "You mean sauropods? The giant plant-eating sauropods are famous for their incredibly long necks. Sauropods' necks were remarkably light for their size and were probably held in raised postures. Some sauropods' necks were more than 15 meters long. Even the long neck of the giraffe is short compared to the longest sauropod neck, and they lived in the Jurassic, Triassic, and Cretaceous periods. There were more than 100 different sauropods had lived." "Oh, really? That's incredible. Do you know the dinosaurs that were similar to birds? The dinosaurs that had feathers? They are called Maniraptorans. Birds evolved during the Jurassic. Small feathered dinosaurs called Maniraptorans. Many Maniraptorans were so bird-like that it would have been hard to tell the animals apart when they were alive. They had downy feathers for warmth and showy plumage for display. They evolved during the Middle Jurassic about 170 million years ago. They had relatively large brains for dinosaurs. They used the brain for processing sensory information, not for thinking. Their eyes, which were large, and Maniraptorans had excellent eyes. They had 3-fingered hands. The thumb was the shortest finger. They typically had deep and narrow bodies. There were some groups of Maniraptorans, the Dromaeosaurids, oviraptors, troodontids, and birds were the main groups. Wow, I had never met a bird as great as this one. Do you know any reptiles that can fly? Pterosaurs were not dinosaurs, but close relatives. They ruled the air while dinosaurs dominated life on land. Pterosaurs belong to the Asdarchid family. Like birds, pterosaurs had a large breastbone that extended from the front of the ribcage of the belly. Some pterosaurs had a head crest. In birds, part of the brain called the focus helps control eye, head, and neck movement. The pterosaur's focus was even bigger than that of birds. So, pterosaurs were probably very good at controlling their heads and keeping a fixed gaze. Oh, that sounds great! Aunt Rose, which dinos were super predators? The giant one? Giant Megalosauroids and Allosauroids were some of the most successful predators of the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. Some were even larger than T-Rex. They ambushed prey killer bites. One group of Megalosauroids, the Spinosaurids, were long-snouted fish eaters. Many super predators had odd skull structures. Most were for display, but some were used as weapons. Spinosaurus probably weighed more than 10 tons and was 18 meters long. The large megalosauroid Pterosaurus weighed in at just 2 tons. Allosaurus had a S-shaped neck for extra wrenching power to pull back when biting. They had triangular horns in front of its eyes and paired ridges along its snout. Wow, they are very powerful. That's good. And lastly, where did the earliest humans come from? Our species, Homo sapiens, is about 200,000 years old. As I know, Aldi had a projecting face and thumb-like big toes. Afarensis was chimp-sized and more bipedal than Aldi. Homo rudolfensis had a large rounded skull. Homo augusta was tall, long-legged, and a good runner. Homo habilis was the first tool user. Homo erectus was long-lived and had thick jawbones. Homo sapiens had a flat face, projecting chin, and small brow ridges. Homo augusta and Homo erectus many have used fire for cooking 1.6 million years ago. Wow, there were so many kinds of hominids. I really like them. I have learned a lot from you. And wait, how do you know all of them? Did your teacher tell you? Nope, but my mirror did, said the aunt and winked at her. Josie was like, what? This means it wasn't a dream. She was surprised.